So
All right, let's take a look at
start with
Sindel.
some
First look at
basics.
Sindel.
Two cool
With
things
Sareena.
about her in this game is she has these cool VFX,
Down two.
like this,
That's her
purple
sweep.
energy, and then the use of her hair.
That's got to be forward four.
Absolutely. She has really good range, as you'd imagine someone with magical long hair.
She
There's
looks
a
like
couple
she's gonna have a
movements I
really
wanted
long
to talk
jump
about.
kick.
First is forward 4, which
Yeah.
kind of takes out of a page
Of
of
MK11.
the last game.
Yeah, of
and
course.
it's like kind of her main mid-range tool you want to get in, use to get in.
And that's a mid, right?
Yes.
Why wouldn't it
It has
be?
a really neat new follow-up. She jumps into the air. It's a low
Oh,
combo starter.
okay,
She can
that's a
control
pop-up.
How far she goes. She can do the close version
So it's a mid-low into a pop-up.
and actually land right
Full
in front
combo.
of them. Far version. Or she can just do it by itself, go in for a throw.
That's
go
That's
the
a wrap.
that's the
Thank you.
the same stagger game
go
as
for this
MK11.
cool low, or one of her block strings. Another normals is back 2, which leads into an overhead, and she can combo into it, or you can do back 2 by itself and actually be airborne. Let's go over the special moves. We'll start with the classic, the scream, the iconic, quintessential Sindel. It's still one of her best combo starters.
At least it's not as loud.
Stuns. They can't hear anything for a while. She's gonna get a free hit. You can kind of do it at mid-range if you think you caught them sleeping, not blocking. Like I said, it's great to hit confirm. It's
With
just,
punish.
exactly.
I just
right.
throw it out all the time.
All the time. Then let's go over fireballs, which are always one of the most important kind of key things about her offense. She has high hairball,
Okay.
low hairball.
Which is in the moves list.
Yes, that's canonical. Hairball. And then air hairball. New to this
Hairball.
game is it's a straight, very quick fireball. It is
Oh.
not the downward arc it has previously done. You can do it really low to the ground and it's quick, and I think it's pretty effective. Look at that, I still got it.
Bro,
The EX versions have some interesting
that looks like
properties.
Liu Kang's fireballs
So-
in MKX.
Straight one, oops, the straight one will actually eat up fireballs. So if you use a bar meter or zoning war, you'll actually
That's
beat out
Sub-Zero's
their projectile.
ice ball when you amplify it.
And the low ones are really neat. So she adds that little hair whip at the beginning, and up close, actually a hit that will pop them up.
Those two
Things
hits.
in the corner, you can do cool stuff. Like, get a combo. Oh my god. There we go. Maybe I don't still have it.
I think it's good.
Pretty swag if you
So
ask
it kind
me.
of- it's neat. It turns this pure zoning tool up close into an actual offensive tool.
So two different ways you can use it.
Exactly.
Both equally cool.
You can also use that with your mix-ups, which gets to the next tool, her cartwheel, the overhead, straight from MK9. If you EX it, it has armor. It's really good up close.
That's probably gonna be her
Use it
armored
with
wake up.
attack. You can use it after moves like this. You can
They
mix
said
it up
that's an
with
overhead too?
low, her sweep, and a really fun down three. Look at that.
Bro,
So like
what
for you,
is
I
that
thought you
range?
really have to be paying attention because one of the moves is a mid, the other is
Bro, you gotta be like
Overhead.
Exactly.
cautious
It
and
looks different. You
neutral
can't
with
just-
that
you can't
down
be
3 and then
Right.
forward 4.
And then lastly, she has the classic levitate.
Of
She can
course.
float in the air, she can drop straight down. So like for example, you're trying to zone, we can use standing low fireballs to go under your hairball. Not very effective to low fireball when you're literally not touching the ground.
right.
She can also cancel it, and she can do fun cancels. Like for example, she can do the back 2, the airborne, go into flight, and if you EX it, it's actually significantly faster. And she has some true block strings that they won't be able to interrupt.
Got it.
Now
Sounds
let's
like
talk
Blue
about
Beetle.
how
Bro, this
can
character has like a
play
little bit of
into
everything, dude.
her cameo. I have chosen
Sareena.
Set it to all. I have chosen Sareena, who we got a little taste of in the last trailer, but now we're actually going to show her moves.
Good, because I'm excited.
So the first attack is the blade. It's a very quick projectile. You can see the cooldown is pretty quick.
Bro,
And she also has
look at Serena's
Pierce
like.
blades. She goes full demon, throws multiple, they come back, and this actually leads into combos, so you can do fun stuff. To confirm that,
Bro,
into a
that
full
is fast.
combo. It is fun.
And she can really get up in the air.
Yes.
In a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
In a
I
lot
mean,
of
yeah.
ways. She also has her demon up kick, which is a great wake-up attack. It's invincible. It's really quick. You can also use it as an anti-air. And then lastly, she has a fourth move. Every cameo has at least 3, and some might have more, so she's one of those. Jakata's Curse. She puts this rune
Everyone
on
was wondering what this is,
and
right?
while the opponent is standing
It
in
actually takes away your meter.
let's set it to default.
Watch, let me see if I can get out of the
Liu
way.
Kang's meter is being drained. Pretty quick.
Yeah,
you can
pretty
see.
fast.
Yeah. Now this is an ambush move, which means you can do it while Sindel's doing other actions. So for example, while you have a combo going, you can summon her.
Oh, there's a
Y'all
lot
see
of
that?
setups there.
Yeah,
you
y'all
can
see
imagine
that?
you
That's
can
the
have her
meter
corner,
disappearing
combo, have her coming out,
quickly.
drain your meter, stuff like that.
Everyone was
You can
wondering what
nasty
that
stuff
was.
Like drain your meter so you can't break a combo in the middle of your combo.
She's not going to like breakers very much.
That's
She does
insane.
not, which is
Bro,
what's
because this is a
definitely
meter-heavy
maybe
game.
Get into that a little bit more.
Especially if you're trying to build
So,
3
let's go back
bars
to what we said
for
earlier.
breaker,
Sindel has
and then
a couple
having to
moves
deal with
using
that,
cameo
bro.
system.
That is a pain in the ass to deal with.
So, you know, Sindel in the lore, she's the queen. She has this commanding presence. She has, you know, what the kids would say is Riz.
Oh, they would say that.
Riz,
Thank you.
that's Liu Kang,
And,
bro.
You know, she could use that to actually command her cameo and maybe more. So let's start with this buff move. Once you activate it, while it's active, cooldown it will be significantly faster for your cameo. So you can see normally this move's already pretty quick. Once she has this active, it's even quicker. And Sareena, she is recovering so fast her cooldown. She could basically do that like almost indefinitely. So you can turn what normally
Excuse
would be
me?
kind of a limited use move into something that you can just use almost like any other special move. Or some of the other ones like Kia's Blades that have a pretty long cooldown. It's significantly faster when she has that active.
Now, she's giving herself up there.
Correct.
There is some, there, yeah.
Correct. But once she gets going, her cameo use is substantially better. There's also an EX version with a really interesting twist. When she EX it, she's now commanding the opponent's cameo, and if the opponent tries to break, they will be stunned, and you get a reset instead. So let's show that again. I have the
Huh?
active. The opponent goes for a breaker. You can see Sonya actually is like gets the little
Bro,
head and, you know,
and
oh my God,
then
I'm
you don't even
confused.
need a break,
And your
because you
breaker
just
not
burned
just the
3
same-
bars to get
Once you
launched.
get that stun, they popped up and Sindel gets a full reset.
Bro, you're gonna have to hold that.
No
Like you're just gonna have to hold
that.
that.
Couple ways to avoid them, seems
Yes.
like for her.
There's also another really interesting move I'd like to show.
That's insane.
So for this one, Sindel can take control of an opponent's cameo and stun them. So for example, I will call it out, and Sonya is actually dizzy.
Yep.
If Sindel is in the middle of doing this move, where she points, while the cameo's out, so you have to do it on a read, the cameo is stunned for this entire length of time and cannot be summoned.
Okay.
There's
Bro,
also
how
an
long
EX
is that? Like,
With this version, Sonya will leave the screen and I gain control of her. And I actually get a free use of either of the cameo's moves of my choosing. So for example, I now have Square Wave. And
And
that
you-
use of
you can
cameo
pick-
what?
Correct.
That's
And
what
it's-
we're
Whoa.
doing.
Right. I have control over
What?
it for a pretty good amount of
Bro,
time.
shit, what? She's
it does
got
not
basically
cost
2
any kind of
cameos to
cooldown.
work with.
You could actually do stuff like I could summon Sonya to start leg grab to go into a combo, and then go into Sareena's demon-like anti-air move to end the combo if I wanted. You could even use 3 cameo moves in one combo.
No,
if you
that's
wanted.
ridiculous.
People are gonna have some fun in training mode on this one.
Yeah, it's really really neat, and it's something that's gonna
Bro,
how effective in the
the
way
main
you
thing
use
that
it's gonna
Stephanie
change
said
on
too
what
was this character has
opponents
swag,
do.
and you can just tell.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Fatal Blow? Is that
I
all?
think that's the best way we can finish, right?
do
Let's
it.
see it. Let's see the fatal. Sareena looks so cool.
I love how her hair gets all
Oh yeah, the
crazy,
big hair is
super cool.
amazing.
Oh my god, this fatal blow is disgusting. Oh, the whole leg bones and everything. Good. I like
That's
that.
a nasty one.
Yeah, the leg.
Neat. So let's check it out.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take a look at Rain.
So you'll notice.
Ooh,
right
with
off
the
bat,
Stryker
he
cameo.
has
So we'll see a
new
little bit of
weapon,
Stryker.
which is his wizard staff, and he uses it in most of his normal attacks.
Sweep.
And he is definitely now much less of a physical
That
fighter
4-3?
than he ever has been before. He is a very powerful mage. And
He looks
can
kind of
use
slow.
it in
Or at least his
most
dashes.
attacks. A couple normals I really wanted to talk about. Like you can see even his sweep. Instead of using his foot, he literally uses his water staff. This is definitely
I love the
coolest
kick
too.
up, the
It's
kick up.
so good.
And you'll notice the water leaves the top, gets in there, and then comes back to the top.
Right.
I love the water,
absolutely
like
love
the
it.
effects of it. Looks
So let's
nice.
start off with a couple normals I really wanted to show. His forward 2, forward 2,
The mid.
1, 3 is this like really good range.
So it's a
mid.
mid, low, high on that. Okay.
It's also got forward 3, which is an overhead.
That's a
and he does
slow
double
overhead, though.
And he gets a
But you
pop-up.
can shimmy someone
That'd
with
be one
that.
of the most important, I think.
That's like Sub-Zero's back too, kind
One
of.
the
It's
normals
slow
I
overhead.
wanted to show
That's probably
is
what you'll
his
see from a lot of these characters. I don't think you might have a fast
Which-
overhead.
Even though he's no longer a ninja, he still has tremendous leg strength.
Right.
So strong that he can actually kick you across the world.
Is the leg
Now,
kick
this is an
returning?
interesting one because if you hold it, he gets a combo. And he can also cancel out of the hold to fake you out.
Okay.
It's a high too, though, so
There
it's
you
not
go.
like it's a
See?
mid. I mean, if anything, you can try to
Let's check out
counterpoke
his
that.
throw, which is a nice nod to the classic water bubble. He goes in with you and then you burst out. So you can see his normal attacks are very fresh and different. And I think the water effects are awesome. So you want to go into his special moves?
I think so.
So he has some really interesting zoning tools. I mean, some might even call him a premier zoner. And let's start with his
I could just tell this character is gonna be a
straight
zoner.
projectile, which takes up a ton of real estate, is fairly quick, and has some interesting ways that you can change it. If you EX it, he gets a full knockdown. He can
They're both
actually hold it
highs.
down and get a stagger. And you can actually cancel out of this hold down. So you can mix up doing the move,
Timing. Yeah.
doing different timings, doing the EX, or canceling out of it. Keep the opponent guessing. When you have a projectile like that that takes up a ton of space, what's the one thing you know the opponent's going to try to do to beat it?
Jump.
Jump. And that's not going to be super effective because he has an anti-air version. And this has a very neat EX that actually allows him to pop up for combos.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's pretty cool. Again, it makes a full screen projectile become kind of an offensive tool.
This character is gonna be an annoying zoner, bro.
Now,
Especially if
one
you don't
thing
have
is-
armored moves to really.
Well, what happens
do
if
much
you're
about
using
it.
projectiles against him? And he has a water bubble where he surrounds himself in water, and any projectile is going to be negated. It'll actually just be destroyed when it hits the water bubble.
That's fair.
And this is something that he can set up, go behind,
Okay.
go in the middle of.
Works as a shield.
Exactly. But if you EX it, it surrounds him and travels with him.
I mean, that makes sense. You're spinning the bar for that, but it still
Exactly.
doesn't look like it's active
So
for a
then you can go in,
long period of
do his
time.
Lows, do his overhead, all that good stuff when he has the water shield on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's other ways you can get in. He could set these water portals, and he can set them anywhere he wants. and then he can actually warp through him. So you could do cool stuff, like set one here, go in when you want to get out, warp back to where you were. Or, when you're in, you can set one, do some fun zoning, and then use this to get back in.
Okay.
And then you can go straight into combos, fun stuff like that. Now, once you've established that you're willing to teleport or throw out some of these fireballs, and the opponent's scared to move, you can start using the whirlpool. And he has close, medium, and far. These will go on the ground, and if the opponent walks into it, they get popped up for combos.
I love how he just grabs the top of his staff and
Yes,
throws it down.
it is
Really cool.
so cool looking. Another move
Looks
he
pretty
has
slow though.
is-
Let's get sniper.
is Geyser. This is a pretty good advancing special he can 2 and 1 into, and if he EX it has armor. So it's a good wake up attack, a good way to beat pressure, and I think it'll be one of his best combo enders. And then lastly, one more awesome full range move that kind of shows the full extent of his power.
Ooh.
So cool.
And this is a move that he can actually hold
And he can cancel.
or cancel and just drop down. So you can do stuff like doing your,
This game is
water
just
ball,
full of
fireball,
mind games
little
left
drops
and right,
down.
bro.
Go into this, fake out the opponent, immediately drop down.
Yep.
You can set it.
That's
you can
the-
do all
yep,
kinds of
that's the
stuff. Set up
mix.
Portals, be doing that Thunder God.
Into
move,
either getting grabbed,
cancel
getting
it,
shimmied,
do a
like
portal, just all kind of options. for this thing.
really
I
cool
think,
though. I love
he's
like,
gonna
he
be
looks
really
kinda
interesting
slow,
to kind of freeze them up
but,
on the
like,
screen to get in and start
he-
doing
his, like,
mix-ups.
I don't know, bro. He's got that
And
like
speaking of the
fanciness to his
mix-ups,
moves.
Let's kind of show how he can use his cameo and go with that. I assigned him Stryker because
Okay.
I think a cop teaming with a wizard is the exact kind of thing you'd see in Mortal Kombat,
sure.
right? So the first thing I'll show with Stryker is he has his grenade toss. Straight out of MK3, comes in, throws the double grenades. They can either go low or high. And you can imagine, these are ambush moves, which means they can come out while Rain is doing his attacks. So you can do stuff like you're doing your straight water beam while he's doing his grenades.
See, but they're like
They also aid you in combos.
they're both high projectiles,
can
but
do
they're
stuff
like the
like-
use of your cameos will make it really effective.
Got it.
Stryker also has a set of baton.
Oh, I'll
moves.
still be
He's
streaming
got
Sniper.
Cop Bop, where he comes in and does an overhead,
Is it overhead?
and the classic baton sweep from MK3. So these are lows and overheads. So,
Got
great
access
example.
to both of them.
The
Yes.
cameo has mix.
So, one thing you could do,
I know a low and an overhead.
you got your overhead, the opponent's stand blocking all the time because they don't want to get popped up. What am I supposed to do? Sweep them. But you can also do this in a string. So in overhead, you can do overhead, low. Then they get used to the timing. They're like, oh, I'm one of these like ninja killer or Sonic people with good reflexes. I can fuzzy that. Then you start doing stuff like cop bop.
Got
Mix
it.
it up. So just from this 50-50, he can use Stryker to have more 50-50s.
That's
It's
so
like
that's how you beat Sonic Fox.
that's the key. That's
Got it.
all you have to do.
Got
And
it.
like a famous football player once said, it's more than a 50-50.
Got it.
Lastly, Stryker has one more move, which I think is
Bro, that
probably
move is.
my
I know what
favorite.
move it is.
My
I
favorite
saw
time
it.
you used a sports reference.
Well, sort of.
Half and half.
Stryker comes from behind and handcuffs you, and this gives you a reset. Then you get a bunch of advantage, and you can go for a mix.
Bro,
Okay.
something
So
like
getting
that
your
on like
combo
smoke
with a
that's got
handcuff move.
50-50s.
Then go in and continue your offense.
Have fun.
So like you could start a combo with your overhead, go into the handcuffs, and then make them guess low.
Or you have a
Super
restand.
Really cool.
Yeah.
You have a restand. Look,
So I think that's Rain and Stryker, and
that's
I
wild.
maybe go into his fatal blow.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at this fatal blow.
Stryker is my favorite fatal blow.
Okay.
Ooh. Nice. Cool.
All right, that
was sick.
Rain.
Yep.
Take a look at General Shao
So,
with
big thing,
Motaro. Okay, I love
just
it.
to
They're
show
three
this
different
attack, he's a
characters, three different cameos we've seen.
Just swings for the fences.
He's a
right?
powerhouse.
This is back 2. It has advantage. So if you're blocking, don't want to push any buttons probably. Push
Yeah,
some
I was
buttons
just
there.
jabbing.
Don't do that because you're going to get hit.
Right.
And plus-
Great move there. This is a really quick, kind of almost get a little distance to it too. Like I can get you from there. Like really nice, kind of can lead in some combos.
Right.
Punishing move I like to use is this right here. Very fast, bounces them up. We can show some more stuff with that later, but obviously you can see there's some pathways with that move.
I also really like
care,
how
Sniper,
his
bro.
kick attacks are just either using
Thanks for tuning in,
zaps or
stand by.
just huge big boots.
Just like
Yeah,
standing
just-
big boot. And like a lot of people, I enjoy the 2-player animation strings.
Right.
So he has this overhead, doesn't combo anything, but hit the throw button afterwards.
So good.
And he also has a low one as well.
Kind of looks like his what was that 4-3 from MK11?
Now let's talk about his special moves. His
Wow, they
special
didn't really
move,
go into his
the one
base.
that kind
Well,
of
I mean,
encapsulates what he is Power Strike.
we'll see.
He will just throw the axe on the ground, and there it is. And you have about 7-8 seconds just to do stuff without the axe, right? You can also call it back. Boom.
Okay.
Now, when it's on the ground, different strings. That's back 1.
Nice.
He also, and I'll get the axe back after, of course, doing the command grab.
So all of his axe moves get replaced with different normal attacks.
Yes.
And some are faster, some have different reactions.
Right. And some change some of your other special moves. We'll get to that in a second.
Even his throw changes.
Yes, even his throw. So here's his throw. While we're at it, let's just show the, Motaro as well.
But it was just a
And then with
simple
the
punch.
axe,
It's something
you
funny
bang
about
the
that to me.
axe.
Right.
Other specials he has. So you can huge. That was the meter burn. I got a full screen projectile. Now, if you're close, you can. Sorry about that. You can do some of this.
Pops up.
Pop up.
Nice.
Right. He has a buff. This makes your axe powers do more damage. You can
Okay.
also EX that to get more time on it as well. Big move in his arsenal that also leads to a lot of crazy good damage is his armored launcher is his knee.
It's kind of represented, kind of makes me think of the MK3 like up shoulder, except now it's a knee.
Right, and you can throw that out a lot of places. Always there. But if you EX the knee, you get a free power slam after that. So you can do like that.
Okay.
And then his axe is on the ground again.
Okay.
So that's how you rotate throughout the character, right? And now it's on the ground, now it's back to me. So then you can start doing really cool stuff like this into power slam, back into that.
Nice.
And that's a pretty nice chunky combo.
And now you have the axe back.
Right. When the axe is on the ground, other cool things can happen. Power slam. Now, I have a ground pound.
Neat.
Now, here's the interesting thing. When you are on the axe, it is an overhead low,
Excuse
Okay.
me?
which is kind of tough to block.
Yeah.
You can also, throw this down, do this.
And
Combo
that's like
after
a quick recall.
Right. Yeah, so if you have it down, you also have a move where you can just be near it, and it's very fast slash.
Okay.
So a lot of really cool stuff you can do.
And he's clearly meant to be going in and out during
Yes.
the fight, in the middle of combos, getting it back at the end of combos.
Maybe recalling it if you want to.
Right.
Lots of stuff like that. But if you are, as my opponent, near the axe, there's a lot of stuff you need to think about.
Right. So it's almost like with the axe, you have, kind of really good range, not the quickest moves. Without the axe, you're much quicker, and
Yes.
you can use it, establish the axe on the screen, and they're going to have to respect it, and that's going to kind of open up your grabs, your mix-ups, stuff like that.
Oh, you're right, Epiphany. That's a good
You
call.
can also, like,
Shao has
we have
950
pick
health.
stuff out of the air and that sort of thing. I mean, the
I did not even
use of
notice that at first.
Power strike is huge.
Right.
Right. Really important.
Wow, so different characters
I'm
have
not
different
missing
amounts of health
anything.
again.
I do want to show some stuff with Motaro.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Motaro has a couple things you can use. Now, obviously,
I think Motaro looks
the big
broke from what I
guy,
saw in the trailer, so I want to see it now.
projectiles might scare me.
Right.
Well, I can do this. I can pull them out, walk behind it. You don't want to be throwing projectiles at it.
That's so
That
good.
will reflect, and I'm
It is
walking
so good.
down with that.
I love that, you know, that's a way to call back to his thick reflect skin from
Right.
MK3.
And now you're kind of you're a little confused. What do you do? Boom, you're
Nice.
He also has this turret he can do. Will shoot 3 shots at you. Has a low one too. He can do that. Now
Okay.
here's something that I've chosen Motaro with General Shao for a reason.
Okay.
Remember this move?
Yes.
Can't do a lot out of it.
Right.
He has this teleport, right?
Okay.
Maybe you can read a projectile, maybe not, but you can move around the battlefield quicker as
Right.
General Shao. But with this overhead, I can teleport and still
That's a
continue a
true
combo.
combo.
True combo to
That
now you have to worry about
combo
this,
to what?
and you have to worry about something like this. Like that's now in play.
Right.
So you can do the full thing too. You can do like
What a cool example of one of my favorite things about the cameo system. It
Right.
allows
Bro,
you to break
that's
the
what I'm telling you,
rules
like, bro, the
and
cameos, like, they
and
just
I think
add
that's
such,
why I
like,
love, Shao so
such
much,
swag
is
to
he
your
breaks the
gameplay
rules
now.
Also with the knee into power slam.
There's so many different
It's a special move
possibilities.
special, which Johnny can do too. Of course, he breaks that rule at times with his meter, with his height meter. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, fun, sort of breaking the meta of what Shao is, just so you can do with that.
And
Really
I think
cool.
it's so neat about the cameo system. You kind of look at your play style, look at your character, and think, what are my weaknesses? What are the things I think I'm missing? And you can use your cameo to turn those weaknesses into strengths.
And for me, it's like if I'm so far away from people, just as a zoner, just even having this just to get me out of dodge, right?
Right.
Now I'm close again.
Now
and
you're
now
close.
now you don't want to be there.
Wonder what's the recovery on
Let's,
that.
let's show the. Oh, when you turn up to do
Yeah,
the.
give yourself 1%.
Let's do that real quick. Show the fatal blow.
It's a real good one.
Take a look.
Drops it from the sky.
Oh, he's not horsing around.
Oh, no.
Mmm. Not bad.
General Shao.
Pretty cool.
Super
Kind of
fun.
looks a
I've
lot
had a
slower
really
than
good
the
time
other
playing
two.
him.
I don't know,
It's a
but
different
maybe the
style
thing
of
about
fighting,
cameos is
different
they're going to be able to,
uses for
like we saw
General
with
Shao.
Motaro, how he was able
Yeah, I
to,
think
you
it's
know,
really neat
turn
when
a
you realize
one-hit
that
move that
there's
did
having
nothing
big,
into like an
huge
actual combo. So
characters you might think
I don't know,
of
really
as
curious.
brain
I think
dead
Sindel has the
brawlers or whatever.
swaggiest
No,
out of all of her
listen,
play.
No, they're not. They're
Rain looked
definitely, you know,
decent,
really
kind of
interesting
slow,
nuanced
but
characters. It's
decent.
really cool.
And then
Or they
Shao,
swing an axe hard as they-
really
Or you could
interesting,
just do that
950
over and over
health
again
to his
and
game.
just
Right. and
I think that's
also
super unique.
a
So
fun way to play.